Story time. I have a client who was a female manager who was talking to an acquaintance about her new boss at work. She mentioned his name and the acquaintance said, "Oh, I know that name. He was known at his previous job to be a big egomaniac and he micromanaged his direct reports." My client, the female manager, had unfortunately been at the receiving end of that kind of management in a previous job. She could feel herself becoming angry and very guarded. The next day, after the morning meeting with her new boss, who had been asking her a lot of questions about how things had been running, she told him, "I know about you and your ways," and then quickly walked away. He walked after her, asking her to explain what she meant, but she refused to speak to him. For the rest of the morning, she kept imagining all the different kinds of ways that he had tortured his previous staff with his big ego and his micromanaging microscope. And right before lunch, a fellow manager came into her office and asked her for an update on a project that was running behind. She was remembering all the old micromanaging boss that she had and that feeling, that huge pressure, and she snapped back, "It'll be done when it's done." The other manager walked away without saying another word. At lunch, she went into her boss's office and blew up at him, to the point that security had to be called. She realized the situation she was in. She calmed down and left on her own accord. On her drive home, she called her acquaintance and they met for drinks. After further discussion, some details came forth that didn't really match up, and after a search on LinkedIn to verify, she discovered that her new boss was not the same person that her acquaintance knew. Same name, different person. She was mortified. She has granted me permission to use her story in hopes that it helps others. Join me in my webinar on Thursday, July 17th, where we'll unpack her triggers, her assumptions, her anger, and her responses, as well as how her fellow manager could possibly have leaned in to learn a little bit more about what was behind her unexpected, undeserved, and unwarranted aggressive reply. I'll also share the rest of her story, where, with the help of neuroscience and behavior change-based executive coaching, she repaired the situation with her new boss and the other manager, and also created some healing for herself. Click on the link below to register and join me, Coach Sharon from Action Coach, as I share a healthy guide to anger at work. See you there.